Hello, I'm Rupert van Blerk. I work for the Community Development Resource Association, generally known as the CDRA, a Cape Town-based NPO. I was appointed by the International Children's Trust to conduct an external evaluation of the Comic Relief-funded New Life project, and it is in this capacity that I was privileged to encounter this project. New Life is a unique organization that has been in existence for over 15 years. Operating in both an urban and rural context in the Western Cape, it has made a significant contribution to the theory and practice of working with the most vulnerable children and families living in poverty. Many will know of the challenging context that NPOs encounter when addressing the myriad of social problems and issues to be found in context of extreme poverty. These problems are complex, and NPOs have their work cut out grappling to develop effective interventions. As an evaluator and organization development practitioner, New Life has left an enduring impression on me. What I will briefly share with you is an account of what I see as being the broader elements of the approach, but also the organizational strategy behind the positive outcomes that they have been able to achieve. New Life has, from its inception, followed an unconventional pathway in responding to the needs of vulnerable children, prone to street involvement, abuse, school dropout, drugs and crime. Its crisp analysis of the context of poverty brings together both psychological and systems theories into establishing an unique approach and practice that is reality-based. What do we mean by reality-based? It is a practice that is rooted in the persistently shifting dynamic reality that characterizes the daily lives of people who live in conditions of poverty. Here, field workers are required to make consistent assessments and offer strategic responses in an ongoing way. A hallmark of this approach is the belief that capacities to respond do exist and can be developed further within the community itself. This holistic community-based orientation and action research approach provided much needed services towards changing the lives of many children and families in need. It has also created lasting capacity in the communities concerned. Understanding the poverty context, its barriers to human development, and the responding survival thinking and behavior elicited within parents is an important first step for any community worker or practitioner placed in such environments. Therefore, accurate observation, analysis, and strategic responding becomes a critical dimension of the practice. The big question for New Life was how to develop a monitoring and evaluation system that was supportive of its approach and practice in the field. The answer was found in an action research orientation that encourages rigorous attention to behavior, accompanied with a questioning approach, with the added advantage of developing each staff member as an active co-researcher. This has greatly increased the accuracy of observation, and an ever-expanding number of behaviors and cues have been identified that have been coded and recorded, making use of a computerized monitoring system. This has resulted in significant improvement in the quality of conversation among staff members. These conversations occur in a number of ways. For example, organizational meetings, staff report back sessions, on the street, walking from a home visit, and even during the evaluation process itself. It has deepened the understanding of the dynamics at play and has facilitated much more powerful strategies and responses to situations, as well as ongoing learning for the staff involved. This action research approach, applied to its work in communities, has been a fundamental feature behind its achievement. New Life's ongoing experimentation with developing a more appropriate and enlivening monitoring and evaluation system, which authentically supports its work in the field, is a rare occurrence in the sector. Essentially, their monitoring and evaluation has become infused in the New Life practice as applied research with the primary objective to create the conditions for sustainable change in the lives of children and their families. New Life has a theory of change, which places human behavior in context and sees significant parent-child attachments as a basis for growth and development. The field of parent-child attachments therefore becomes the focus of ongoing observation, and making sense of this through learning and adapting forms an important part of understanding the processes of change. It also informs staff about the fluid and unpredictable reality dynamics that they have to deal with. In the many interactions that I have had with staff members, they have never complained about these challenges. They have come to expect it. They respond through curiosity and a deep urge to understand the needs and behavior dynamics of the beneficiaries they work with. Through its training and dissemination activities, the project has introduced new thinking and innovative approaches to working with vulnerable children and families in civil society, education, and social development sectors. New Life has established a well-developed, responsive practice, constantly tuning in and adapting to the prevailing dynamic realities of the context. The project structure enables this responsive capacity on different levels through the street workers, community-based home units, and community-based containers. Additionally, this holistic community-based orientation needs to be documented and shared more broadly as a further contribution made by the project. You can learn more about all this in follow-up sessions presented by Gerry Smith, founder and program developer of the New Life